Taylor's done a good job of jumping on their opponents early, outscoring their opponents 59-26 in the first inning coming in and 48-16 in the second. 2 strikes to Tucker. Little check swing right side, rolls with the first base side. Morgan will field, she'll underhand to second. And not getting there in time was Ferrardo. Infield single for Tucker. Whitman scores from third in the bottom of the second, rolls on here for Taylor. Aiton Blue, sophomore out of Dansville, Michigan, with Spring Arbor trailing 3-0 here in the top of the third of game 1. She shows bunt into the air. Wilson hits the brakes, catches the ball above her head onto first. Back in time is Gignac. But back-to-back RBI doubles with 2 outs for Spring Arbor have got them right back into this bad boy, down by 1, 3-2. Rastetter leads off the bottom of the third. First pitch, she'll send it towards center field. Malay's got a read on it. It'll go over and off of her glove as she falls into the wall. Rastetter on her horse at second base. She's going to run away to third as the ball thrown into second, and Rastetter flies around the bases. A leadoff triple for Aaliyah Rastetter, and the Trojans have an insurance run standing 60 feet away. Malay went back, and the ball just sailed over her outstretched glove, and then she collided with the fencing, picked it up, and by the time the ball left her hand, Rastetter was already had her sights set on third. A ball to Mahalik with Taylor up 3-2. Mahalik's going to hit this one. This is a no-doubter for Kristen Mahalik. Her 9th home run of the season gives the Trojans a 5-2 lead. Ferraro 0 for 1, tried to lay a bunt down in the third, popped it up the third baseline. The then third baseman Taylor Wilson came up and made the catch above her head for the out. 1-1, right back to Doctor. She snags it out of the air, tosses to first calmly, and there's out number 2 here in the 5th. Nice play by Doctor in the circle. Malay, a senior out of Van Wert, Ohio, had a good game number 1, going 2 for 3 with an RBI double and also scored a run. One of the few bright spots out of the 3 hits for Spring Arbor hitting-wise game 1. First pitch, a strike. Malay trying to bunt her way on, sweeps it back in. Kanai Fields whips it on to first, and Tucker was there to cover, and they get the speedy Malay out by a half of a step. Nicely done by Kanai in the circle. 2 up and 2 down here at the top of the first for SAU.
Now batting number 14, Grimm.
Grimm the lefty, hard hit towards the right center field gap, and the ball game's tied at 1 as Grimm drills her 3rd home run of the season, and with 1 swing of the bat, the game is even at 1. So Grimm's 3rd home run of the season, her 2nd in as many days. Ties the game at 1 as West will drive one to center, letting it fall in front of her. Gignac, then it rolls underneath her feet all the way to the fence, and that's trouble because West has got wheels for days. She's already setting into third. Head first slide, and she's in. And the Trojans have the go-ahead run down at third as West takes advantage of the misplayed ground ball by Gignac, and the error has got the speedy West at third in the blink of an eye. So the single for West, and then it rolls underneath the mitt and the feet of Gignac. So a 2-base error against Gignac has got West at third for the senior Kara Tucker, with Taylor tying the game at 1 as Tucker will drive this to left. Going back is Nafziger looking up, and it's a 2-run home run for the senior Kara Tucker on senior day. 3rd home run of her career. The dugout comes running out on the field, and it's a 3-1 Taylor lead as the 2 Yorktown Tigers combine to turn a 1-0 deficit into a 3-1 Taylor advantage.
Now batting number 27, Taylor Wilson.
We had a pitcher's duel to start. SAU scratched out a run in the top of the 4th, and Taylor's offense has come to life here in the 5th with 3 runs home, turning a 1-0 deficit to a 3-1 lead. And they're loaded up for the 5th-year senior Taylor Wilson. First pitch is a strike. Wilson 1 for 2 in game 2 with a single her last time at the dish. Sits on 1, lifts it into center field. Those will score Evans from third. They'll wave Rastetter around from second. The throw comes in, cut off. Rastetter scores standing up, and the 5th-year senior Taylor Wilson tacks on 2 more runs, and the Trojans take a 5-1 lead. Taylor came into this bottom of the 5th down 1-0. They now lead 5-1, and Kanai, the starting pitcher, looking for more. 2-1, she rips this one to center field. It's going to go off the bottom of the fence. Scoring easily is Mahalik. Here comes Taylor Wilson. Whitman hustling into third. She slides in safe. It's a 2 RBI double for Lauren Kanai, and the runs just keep running in here. It's a 7-1 Taylor lead with all runs coming here in the bottom of the 5th. Her solo home run on the first pitch she got against the starter Jones tied the game at 1 earlier in this 5th stanza. Then West singled, got to third on the misplayed ground ball by the center fielder Geniak, and then Tucker drove her in with a home run to put Taylor up 3-1, and the offense has been stuck in 5th gear ever since. It's a good thing for Taylor, bad thing for Spring Arbor. 2-1 here to Grimm. With runners at second and third, she sits on one, loops it down the left field line. It will land fair, then bounces away from Knapziger, and this could clear the bases. All the way to the left field corner. Grimm around second. She wants third. She's going to get in, sliding, safe. A 2 RBI triple for Caitlin Grimm. She drives in 3 runs in this inning all by herself, and that will end the game in run rule fashion for Caitlin Grimm. Taylor came into the bottom of the 5th down 1-0. They score 9 straight in the 5th to win going away 9-1.